Hi, welcome to, I think, Falling Down Garage. I don't think Mom Cooks and Gardens is super into doing her channel lately. So it's raining and it's Sunday, and it's not the opening day, but the opening day of the NFL. So what can I do out here? I can't really paint. I can hang out with my dogs, which is totally awesome. Don't really want to work on the cars. So my options are work on framing the garage. My back's hurting a little bit. So I think what I'm gonna do is power wash today. I'm gonna start with some furniture, which I'll show you in a minute. So here's one thing I'm gonna do. I think this chair belonged to my girlfriend's mom. It normally is all washed out and sun bleached. In fact, only where you see light colors is there any remnant of the old coating. So I'm gonna wash that gently. I don't want to lift up the grain, but I want to open it up so that it can accept new coatings. So that's gonna be one item on the list. All right, a stretch goal for today is to get this thing power washed. We're not gonna coat this with the PPG ProLuxe like we are this item, and this item. All right, so the plan is to hit the top of this old antique workbench before Carpenter Bees. You can see we're thinking about it holes, which if I turn it over might be we've already gotten their holes. See? Yeah, that sucks. So here's the lineup of odds and sods. These three went together. This came from that same place, but this was from, no, actually 2 units in the same building. This belonged to somebody that stiffed my buddy for rent, along with, that's it. Yeah, he was an artist, like painted on canvas, real kind of artist, I guess, but not successful, but that doesn't mean anything. These all came from another unit. They were from that building where they filmed Philadelphia. So I've switched to using this True Fuel for my small gasoline engines. The ethanol's just driving me crazy. You pop this cap off, you put this back on, and you pull, and it'll come up into a pouring spout. Otherwise, it's just going all over the place. The awesome thing about this True Fuel is it doesn't smell like regular gasoline. So I should smell horrendous, but I don't at all. Well, other than the fact that I need to take a shower today. I'm gonna hook up the pressure washer hose, get over here and power wash these things. A stretch goal is I might hook up tarps to these screws and do what I said not to do, which is power wash this. Just use the 20 and just blast some of that paint off, because I'm going to be on this section of the house within the next week. I'm releasing videos a little bit out of sync, but you can follow along chronologically, or you can skip ahead. I'll put in the comments what video I'm up to now if you don't want to go back, but I suggest you do, because you could learn something if you have a genuine interest in this, of what to do and mistakes I made. Cone flowers. Someone's wearing cologne strong enough that I can smell it. These came from my mom and dad's house in Pittsburgh, Cedar. All right, so she's running. Let's pour some stuff in a bucket for the chemical injector. Let's use this one. I'll use this up. Before I actually put this in the chemical injector, I gotta fill it up to dilute it. No tip, that's the key, because if you put the tips on, other than the black one, or I have a blue one I'll show you, it actually closes that chemical injector off. Oh. I guess we're switching over to bleach. Whoopsies. I didn't think this thing would prime itself. I'm gonna put some bleach in. It's still foaming up. Oh, what a bummer. I gotta turn the pump down or it'll just eviscerate what I'm doing. All right, so I'm gonna give this a little splash of bleach. Oh. No, I didn't check to see if the chemicals are gonna work together. I'm not gonna be anywhere near this to breathe it in. All right, this is the tip I need for the chemical injection. All right, I'm gonna keep it a little distance so you don't get water on the lens, and I'm gonna start over there with the chemical injector. Hose these down. I'm actually gonna wear eye protection. You should too. And just start having at it. So this workbench here, I'm concerned about the top primarily. So I'm gonna coat this. I know she wants to do the bottom of the house and to freshen it up. I want that too, but I gotta have attainable goals when I'm doing projects. So that's gonna be a problem for another day. We get road grime because of the street here. Alright, so we're taking this tip off and we're going to switch to the white tip. They're color coded and it's universally adhered to for the most part, at least in this side of the world. Oop. So whenever your pressure washer goes bad, save the tips, save save the parts. Get rid of the pressure washer if it's not cost effective to keep it, or fix it, but save the parts. You might use them again. In fact, you probably will if you're into doing maintenance. I'll let Mom have her fun. Whoop. I'm so mad. This needs to be painted. There's all the incomplete combustion from buses and tractor trailers. There's oil in this. It sucks. So she wins. We're gonna have to paint it. So if you're wondering, this is what it looked like before we put it outside. My fault. Seemed like a good idea. Should have coated it. I'm a jerk. The cool thing about when wood gets wet or you put just mineral spirits or turpentine on it, whatever it starts to look like, that's what you're really working with. That's why with refinishing floors, I despise using drum sanders if you don't have to. If you want that modern, new out of the box blonde look, yeah, God bless. But taking vintage floors and making them look like that it's not how they're supposed to look. You're doing yourself a disservice. That's the problem. Next on the hit parade is my girlfriend's mother's teak chair here, which I think she wants to use to take breaks in her garden while she's gardening. Mom Cooks and Gardens is her channel. We'll set you up on this stupid bench that everyone loves, including myself. I'm gonna get that out of the yard, otherwise it'll start sucking in moisture from the grass. Now, one thing to note is if you don't have pigment in your coatings, like Thompson's Water Seal, there's nothing wrong with it, but your wood is going to continue to gray. So when it came time for us to do these French wine barrels, we specifically chose PPG ProLuxe, and we like the cedar tone. I used it before I met my girlfriend on a job. I just love the stuff, so I just keep it in stock. It used to be called Sickens Dectal or something like that. It was a European product, but so it's gonna look like it belongs to the rain barrels. We want continuity, don't want to have 50 different products. So I'm gonna keep at it here. I'm gonna flip this thing over and do the tops. I'm not convinced it's all the same kind of wood, because this is just distinctively darker. I'm gonna hit it one more time, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Mom she volunteered to stain these because she thinks I throw this stuff on too heavy and get drips. I do. There's no way she's getting these coated, one coat a day. No way. It's just too much brush work. I pity her, but she volunteered. She'll do an awesome job, but it's gonna be a lot of work. Just did this. I was talking about these little tacks here. I don't know if they're to hold the two pieces together, if this thing was formerly upholstered. This might have been a stool instead of an end table. I don't know. All right, we're down to the last two. These are the ones Mom and I sit on. I think this thing has some bum bird poop. That, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out. Didn't mean to do that. Gouged the wood a little bit there. It's the first time today. I'm kind of upset about that. Something's eating me. All right, so that covers the furniture. Next on the hit parade is, let me see if I can get my drops to hook onto the screws I have in the siding. I took a little break. So this is drying out. This thing's darn near dry already, but not dry enough to be recoated. So it's Sunday today. She's gonna coat them on Tuesday. Now here you can see the remnant coating that was on this. It's still sun bleached. In my mind's eye, I remember it being of a similar color to this, but it was open grain right here. It was like someone rubbed oil on it. Look at that guy. God bless him. There's still some remnant coating on it, but the idea is to just protect this. She uses this like kind of ornamental. We have too much crap on here, but some of this stuff will disappear. Put it where it belongs. And then over here, this was the second, the most recently done. It's not in the sun, so it's not drying out. And this was the most recently washed over here, and it's still substantially wet. Hi, welcome back to Falling Down Garage. I'm here with Mom of Mom Cooks and Gardens, and she has kindly offered her services towards finishing this project. You can see, and Mom, I want you to see this, the residual coating from, it didn't take it all off, and probably I didn't hit it hard enough to take any of it off. I was trying very hard not to gouge the wood. One piece did get gouged. So she and I are gonna drop out rather, with drop cloths. That's painter slang. And she's gonna work on the bottom sides first. And Susie, I want to know, should we actually do some of this out in the yard? It'll make it your range of you won't be inhibited.
I know.
We can always put a set.
I don't want to be in your way.
You're not gonna be in my way.
Oh, there's a beautiful butterfly.
Beautiful butterfly. Oh, check it out. Love beautiful butterflies. All right, and you say I have ADD. So, anyways, and then if we have to move stuff, we're gonna be moving it wet. So it's pick your poison.
We'll do it up here. Oh, he's back.
We like that kind of stuff, and so should you. All right, so we'll be back in a minute.
Right.
All right, so she wants to tip it, I think, right? Okay.
No, I'm going to turn it long ways first.
All right.
So you go that way.
All right, go ahead. So
I'm going to coat the bottom first and then turn it right side up and move it.
Okay. Do you want to set the next ones up so that you kind of have a little bit of a plan? I have a duster for you. Hold on. I'm showing you. All right, so you're going to do the bottoms like this, and you have a place to walk. Okay.
Then I can stand that upright.
Okay.
And then when these are dry enough, we can turn them right side up.
Awesome. All right. All right, good. Can't believe it's the same chair. Yeah, it looks great, honestly. Looks great. Very cool. PPG ProLuxe. He's going way above and beyond what I was hoping for on that window. That thing looks awesome. Very good. And Mom's doing the furniture, and it's also looking awesome. I'm very lucky. Very lucky. All right, so Mom's moving along, and you can see the stages, how everything lightens up as it starts to suck in and dry. Sometimes the wood doesn't look the same though, like on the rocker when I was pressure washing it even. That must be different wood than this is. It's weird. And then this armrest here looks like it had something siliconized in it because it's almost rejecting the coating. Who cares?
Actually, I think that's just rough wood against the grain because of the angle of the board.
I gotcha. All right, well, thank you, Mom. It's the next day. One coat, one coat. She was sitting on this. That's rolling the dice. That's 2 coats wet. 2 coats wet. But looking sharp. And she's gonna put teak oil on this, hand wiping it, not with that rag. All right, so here's what the chairs, everything has a second coat on it, including the bench apparently. So Mom switched over to tongue oil for this teak folding chair, which she'll use in her garden. How's it going with that?
It would be so much easier if I could be sloppy with a brush in the grass and then wipe it off with a t-shirt, but it's like soaking up and soaking up. I'll be fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, so that's this feels like penance to me.
No, it's fine.
My second favorite Andy Warhol quote, actually my favorite, his second most famous quote is, "I like boring things." This is that. Trying something different here. She poured some into an empty clear quart can I had unused. And she's using this, I forget what these brushes are called. I bought them 20 years ago. I don't throw stuff away. They're more like an artist brush. They don't cut in very well. They were supposed to be good for painting trim, and I found them to not be very good for painting trim. I prefer angle sash brushes. But I promised myself I would find a use for it 20 years later. It should help for the space between the slats more than anything, and also just help her hand fatigue. I'm a crappy boyfriend for letting her do this.
Why do you say that?
I'm old-fashioned. It looks like that's going to be the ticket, though.
It'll help.
All right, winner, chicken dinner. Mom and I are going to be on paint chip patrol from all the carnage I created. Try to document that. So let's see how everything's looking. Looking snazzy. Looking snazzy. Pretty good. One coat, different stuff, has no pigment in it. I'm gonna be straight with you. I'd switch to PPG ProLuxe.
Well, it's a yard chair.
But it's a very nice yard chair. The reason is that what protects everything, the solvent-based product and the resin protect it from water, but the pigment is what protects it from the sun, and that's my rationale.
But it's such fine weave that you're going to interfere with the mechanism, and there's so many drips. That stuff is so hard to apply.
Okay. I'm just letting you
dry
know.
brush or there's strips.
I'm letting you know, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is what it is. It's my yard chair. I can apply teak oil to it once a year if I want.
We're gonna have to power wash it each time to get the gray off.
Who cares?
You care.
It's a yard chair.
All right. This is iced mint tea with honey. It's not bourbon. All right, so days later, curing in the sun. No tack. These things are great. We just have to put everything back together, take the drop cloth and save it for the next project. But my girlfriend is very neat and particular. Gotta love it. She did an awesome job on this. My daughter said she likes this but not the color, and I kind of agree with her, but this used to be an interior piece, but the I told her the pigment will help protect it, so there's that. These I'm fine with. I actually kind of would like to talk my girlfriend into abandoning the teak oil thing. I don't think it's really, I think it's tangential to just using Thompson's water seal. But anyways, this is what you get from using PPG ProLuxe 077. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe for more. Thank you very much.